Hi there, Year 6. I hope you're all well. I'm going to read for you now pages 105 to 112 from Salt to the Sea. Hope you enjoy it. Amelia. It was nice to sit in the wagon, but it felt unfair that I got to ride while the others had to walk. From my place in the cart, I could see a long string of dark coats, farm carts, animals, and sleds behind us. The line snaked far back until the people were just tiny specks. Joanna walked alongside her knight, her pretty brown curls peeking out from beneath her hat. He wouldn't look at her when she spoke, but whenever she looked away, his eyes quickly shifted to her. He wanted to tell her things. She hoped he would tell her things, but he would not. I could feel the blackberry seeds still stuck in my teeth from the preserves he had given me. Blackberries and blackcurrants reminded me of father. When I was a tiny girl, he would send me out to the bushes on the edge of our property with a small tin pail to collect them. Each time I returned with a full bucket, he greeted me with hugs and smiles. There were no hugs or smiles on the farm he sent me to in East Prussia. There were stables, cowsheds, a piggery, a chicken house, and 2 large barns with haylofts. And then there was the cold storage cellar, standing quiet, alone behind the barn. Steps down into the dark underground room led there. That's where I would take the beetroots, turnips, dried mushrooms, and barrels of soured cabbage. I blinked and rubbed my eyes. My stomach twitched. It used to feel like a butterfly flapping or big bubbles popping in there, but now, when I put my hand on my stomach, I could feel it bumping against my palm. That bumping, it grew stronger. Florian. Dawn became day and soon became afternoon. We travelled fast, knowing evacuation was permitted. The road clogged as we neared Freudenberg. Up on a hill sat a red brick cathedral. As we approached, so did a frenzy of activity and a number of German soldiers. I shifted my pack. Another test. I would have to register at the checkpoint without raising suspicion. My father's words hung heavy on my conscience. Don't you see? Lang doesn't want to train you. He wants to use you, Florian. You don't understand, I argued. He's saving the treasures of the world. Saving them? Is that what you call it? Is that how easily he's duped you? This greedy impostor fills your head with rubbish and you become a traitor? I am not dishonouring Germany, just the opposite. No, son, pleaded my father. Not a traitor to your country, much worse. A traitor to your soul. A traitor to your soul. Those were the last words my father said to me. Not because he was finished, but because I stormed out of the house and refused to listen. When I returned months later, panicked and in need of his counsel, it was too late. So now I had risked everything, confronting fate and the knowledge that I had authored on my own demise, but only if I failed. A young German soldier stepped out of our group. I pretended to be on my own and continued walking. The Polish girl tried to scramble out of the cart after me. Halt! I stopped. The soldier marched towards me. You! Papers! A muscle tremor just below my ear. I slowly unbuttoned my coat and withdrew my identity card from the pocket. He grabbed it. I moved close to him and discreetly displayed the folded paper. He snapped it out of my hand, impatient. I turned slightly. The eyes of our group were upon me, closely watching the interaction. The soldier scanned the papers. He handed them back to me, quickly snapped his heels together and saluted. Heil Hitler! Relief flooded my every pore. I returned the salute. Heil Hitler! The soldier caught sight of my shirt through my open coat. Are you injured, Herr Beck? I'm fine, but I have to keep moving. Are you travelling with this group? He asked, looking over our ragged assembly. From the corner of my eye, I saw a dot of pink wool slide behind the front wheel of the cart. The show poet stared at my boot. The wandering boy smiled and gave me a salute. Are they with you? The soldier asked again. His gaze travelled back and landed on the nurse. His eyes widened. She... My words were clipped by shrieks amidst the crowd. The searing buzz of aircraft echoed from above. Off the road! Yelled the soldier. A cluster of human beings behind us exploded with a bomb. Joanna. The sound of children screaming, wood splintering, and life departing roared from behind. I tried to run toward the crowd, but the soldier grabbed me and threw me off the road. I crawled through the snow toward the pink of Amelia's hat and draped my body over hers. The explosions finally ceased, and the soldier yelled at us to move quickly into the village. But I can help them there. I have medical training, I argued. It's no use. Move along, Fräulein, now, the soldier commanded, waving us forward. Our group reassembled and trudged toward Frauenberg, but one person was missing. The young German was gone. Who was he? Whatever was written in the letter commanded great respect from the soldier on the road. Amelia was inconsolable, turning in all directions to find the German. She wailed and tried to leave. It took 4 of us to get her back into the cart. The bombing propelled everyone forward at a quicker pace, anxious to reach Frauenberg and possibly shelter. I didn't want to move forward. I needed to go back to help the injured, but they would not allow it. What good will you be, my dear, if you are injured? Said the shoe poet. You must preserve yourself in order to help others. Poet didn't know the truth. I had already preserved myself. I had left Lithuania and those I loved behind to die.